Hey, Taylor, I have something to say to you. I decided to take your boyfriend and make him mine. From today, Liam is officially my boyfriend.
Daisy, what the heck are you talking about? What made you suddenly say all this to me?
Didn't you understand what I said before? Liam is here next to me saying that he wants to become my boyfriend. So from today onwards, that's what he'll be. Since you're such a wise adult, you need to back off, all right?
Are you kidding me right now, Daisy?
I have nothing to kid about. After all, a beautiful woman deserves to be with someone of her own kind. Liam has such a handsome-looking face. And above all that, he's a doctor with a high annual income. Of course, he's the perfect type of guy for me.
Okay, now just hold on a minute, Daisy. Liam is actually next to you and saying all of this? Actually, now that I think about it, I wasn't able to get in contact with him yesterday. You're not telling me that you both got together yesterday and decided on this.
Well, yes, we meet up yesterday, but we've been together basically all of this week. We started to living together in his room, actually.
You're already living together? Don't you know that he's my fiancé? We had already promised each other that we were going to get married and plan a ceremony for next year. And now he turns around and says he wants to become your boyfriend? What do you mean that you've been living together since this week?
No matter what you promise to each other, it no longer matters. Liam doesn't want to be with you anymore. He doesn't even like you. And that he wants to date me instead.
What the heck is going on here? Daisy, are you for real?
Well, I think that any man would choose me over you. Who would want to date the sister who was always too serious and super ugly over the young and beautiful younger sister anyways? That's why he chose to be with me, because I'm hot and, well, you're not.
What? Are you just messing with my head right now? Could it really be that my fiancé was stolen away by my own younger sister?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. Stop trying to marry such a good and handsome man when you're so ugly and don't deserve someone like that. It's such a waste for you to have someone like Liam. Oh, that's right. Should I take this opportunity to introduce a suitable man to you, big sister?
I don't need you to do anything like that.
Oh, come on now. Don't say things like that. I know an ugly guy that would be perfect for you. However, it's my ex-boyfriend.
Are you kidding me, Daisy?
No, I'll give you my ex-boyfriend, William. He's ugly and not my type at all, so I can give him to you. But he does have a lot of money. He's an elite member of a pretty large company, so his annual income is good. That's why I put up with him for so long and continue dating him. But I don't need him anymore.
You didn't need him, but dated him anyways. And now you go ahead and steal my fiancé, and he let you? How could you just treat someone like that by dragging them along and giving the poor guy false hope? What you've done is the worst thing I can possibly think of.
I don't really care what I do to the boyfriends I have. I do whatever I want. I only ever saw William as an ATM. He was just my bank. Then I thought, is there a man out there that can give me more money than William and that's more handsome? So, of course, I switched it up really quickly so I could get what I want.
I feel so bad for your ex-boyfriend, who I never got to meet. I can't believe a girlfriend like you would think to do that.
If you feel so sorry for him, then why don't you just go and comfort him, huh? I mean, why don't you both get married already, since you're both ugly and would go well together?
Get married to a stranger? Have you gone mad?
You know, I heard something from Liam, actually, that you want to have a child really soon. Is that right? And then, just when you're about to get married to Liam, I swoop in and steal him away and take so much opportunities. Oops. Even if you were to go out and find a man right now, it would be a ticking time bomb since you're 30 years old. There's absolutely no men on this planet who would want to marry such an old woman like you and have children with her. So, why don't you marry my ex-boyfriend as soon as possible?
Wow, Daisy. Thank you for your excellent advice in my love life. You know, I never thought the person who would ruin my potential marriage to someone would be so kind to me.
Whoa. Now, why are you getting so aggro at me, Taylor? I'm literally giving you William so that I can have your doctor fiancé. He's all mine now. There would be no problems in exchanging boyfriends now, would there?
I guess not. Fine. I guess I'll go ahead and marry William. If that's what you want so bad, then fine. I'll give you what you want. What do you think of that?
Wow, really? Are you serious? That's actually hilarious. I never expected my oh-so-serious older sister would come along for the ride. Well then, I'll give William all of your contact details later, and we can go on with our lives.
Hello, is this Taylor? I'm William, Daisy's ex-boyfriend. She gave me your number. Is it true that you want to marry me? Or is this some kind of practical joke? Daisy told me to contact you about wanting to get married and that sort of thing.
Oh, hello, William. It is nice to meet you, I guess. I'm so sorry about my stupid sister. She can really be such a pain in the butt. I mean, I've had to live with her my whole life, so I know what I'm talking about. Whilst Daisy was dating you, she was dating my fiancé and thinks it would be a great idea to swap partners. Why, I don't know.
You're fine. There's no need to apologize to me about any of this. Besides, I was fully aware that I was being treated like an ATM. I always thought that something like this would happen someday. I never expected that Daisy's sister would say that she wanted to go out with me. Is this some kind of practical joke?
Well, it definitely wasn't a joke. I was being serious about that.
Whoa, what? Really? I mean, that is actually all just news that I'm hearing for the first time ever.
Yeah, I don't know why it happened this way. I'm sorry. I know that this probably isn't how you wanted things to go down either. But sometimes, I guess life just throws a curveball at you, huh? I don't know. I guess it just goes to show that you can never really know what's going to happen from one day to the next. And I was actually joking. Or rather, the words just kind of slipped out of my mouth. I was so angry at my sister's attitude towards me. I mean, she is really just such a selfish jerk. I can honestly hardly even believe that someone like her really exists. I was shocked about all the cheating that's been going on, and I was so confused about a lot of other things. Then I just said that I would marry you instead of my ex. I know it's kind of crazy, but I guess that I was just so upset with the way she was talking to me and treating me. I guess I just kind of saw red and said the first thing that came to my mind, you know? I just wanted to get married to someone as soon as possible and just be happy again.
Oh, okay, so that's what you meant by wanting to marry me. I completely understand how you feel about that. I also just want to be happy again and forget what those two horrible people have done to me.
For sure. That's totally understandable. I feel the same way.
I'm also desperately wanting to forget the shock of being dumped in, quick. They say that the way to forget a crappy breakup is to find another love. Is that right? And that's why I go to a lot of matchmaking parties, but I just keep going around in circles and it's not great.
But isn't it amazing how those sorts of parties can work out for people wanting to find love? I also want to get married soon and have children, so I want to work hard to do that.
Oh, wow, so you're in quite a rush to have a child, huh? I actually had no idea about that at all. I don't think your sister ever mentioned anything like that to me at all.
Well, actually, when I was little, it was a constant dream of mine to be a mother one day. I want to give birth and have a loving and happy family by my side.
That's great news. I had the same dream as well. When I was a little boy, I dreamed of being a father. I wanted a wife and child that I could take care of and support with being in that father role. But when you say something like that at a matchmaking party, I kept hearing things like, "You're the type of guy who will push childbearing duties onto the wife."
Really? That's so not true. I think your dream is wonderful.
Wow, that's the first time someone has said something like that to me. Okay, Taylor. Would you want to get married to me? That's if you don't mind. Wait, no, it doesn't seem right to suddenly get married, does it? What do you think of getting married without having dated or even met? This is the first time I met someone whose values about marriage have been really close to mine. Although we were both rejected by our exes, I think we do have some sort of connection.
That's certainly true, but I think it's fine. We're both looking for our next partner in life.
Well, I was dating your little sister, so please rest assured that I have no physical connection to her anymore. After all, she did treat me like an ATM and wasn't doing anything that a typical lover would do for their partner.
Really? She didn't take care of you?
I loved her so much, so I just contributed a lot to the relationship. Well, maybe she didn't as much. Like when we go out on a date, she wouldn't even hold hands or touch me at all. And I think it's because I didn't feel good being around her and being on edge all the time. We didn't do anything that typical couples would do. We never even stayed at each other's house overnight.
How could a girl be so cruel to someone she's supposed to be in love with? But on the contrary, I'm relieved you got out of it. I think we'll have fun going out together, William. I really do.
Oh, okay. So, would you like to go out with me sometime? I'm sorry it's odd to ask you out even though we haven't really met face to face yet.
Well, yeah, come to think of it, no, we haven't met before. But it's okay. I mean, through this messaging alone, I think you're a really honest and respectable guy. I'm looking forward to meeting you, William.
You've really done it this time, Taylor. You're actually dating William, aren't you? That's so insane to me. And it's so funny that you're actually married to him now. I couldn't stop laughing when I heard the story from Mom earlier.
Well, at the time, you said that I should get married to William. What's wrong with taking your word literally and doing that?
Oh my god, my stomach hurts from laughing so much. But I think you both look really great together, even though you're both ugly. Without a doubt, you can definitely have children now. But if the parents are ugly, then the children will definitely be ugly too. I feel so sorry already for them.
Actually, Daisy, I'm already pregnant. That's why we decided to get married really soon. It's for the purpose of having a baby.
I knew it! You're already pregnant with your ugly child.
Well, William and I are joining forces as we want to be happy together. So don't even think about getting involved with us ever again. Even when my child is born, we aren't letting you meet it. I've explained the situation to our parents, and William doesn't want to see you either.
Oh, I see. Do what you like, Taylor. Besides, I'm going to end way happier than you both will ever be. Even if an ugly person gets married and has children, he can't beat a life of a beautiful woman like me. It's about time for me to get married to Liam and live a happy life like I'm a celebrity.
Wow, you're still having an affair with him, I see.
Naturally. Of course I am. There's no way I'd miss out on a good-looking doctor with a high income. I will definitely be wanting to marry Liam. And I can enjoy my life as a celebrity in the luxury apartment of my dreams. A new mansion just opened near the airport in that fancy suburb. I'm so excited that I'll be able to see it soon.
Huh? Did you say near the airport?
A super high-end tower apartment with a gym and a beauty salon recently opened. I said to Liam that I wanted to live there, and he replied that that would be the perfect place for us. Isn't that sweet? I'm sure he's preparing to buy it now and keep it a secret from me.
I hate to break it to you, little sister, but we already live in that apartment you wanted.
Wait, what?
So, it's a bit late to start preparing yourself to live there, isn't it? I heard that all the rooms in the building are sold out.
No way. You're kidding me, right? Now, just hang on a minute there, Taylor. How the heck are you and William able to afford to live in a luxury apartment like that? You can't just live there if you aren't a wealthy person that works for a big company. You and ugly William would never be able to afford the rent for a place like that.
Didn't you know that William is the heir of a real estate tycoon?
Are you serious? What are you talking about? This is the first time that I'm hearing about any of this. Are you really trying to tell me that I didn't even know who my own fiancé was? Do you really think I'm just going to believe you like that?
Actually, I didn't buy it in the first place. William got it from a real estate agent who manages the luxury apartments, you see.
Wait, what? That's how he got it? The luxury apartment? And what do you mean that he's the heir of a real estate tycoon? What did you say about that earlier? You never followed up on that one detail that I said I hadn't heard of before. I had no idea about any of that before now, so I want you to tell me what in the world is that you're talking about, because I had no idea about any of that until now. And I have to say that if what you're trying to tell me in these text messages is actually really indeed true, then that is just crazy.
Well, I'm only just telling you the truth, Daisy, okay? I mean, what would I have to gain from lying to you about this, right? Why would I even think of doing something like that? Does that really sound like me? You know that isn't something that I would actually lie about, right? Apparently, William's family have been in the real estate business for generations. His ancestors owned large pieces of land.
And what's that got to do with it? I don't understand what that fact that you just told me has anything to do with the situation that I'm talking about with you now. You better explain to me how one of those things has anything to do with the other, because things just aren't adding up for me at all with the information that you're giving me.
Well, when they built that luxury apartment block near the airport, it seemed that the management company asked his family to sell the land and cooperate with them on the project.
But that's not fair. I had no idea that his family were so well off.
Well, you should have done your homework before you decided to go and run off with my fiancé. He doesn't make as much as you think he does. He's good and making things bigger than they actually are.
But he was so convincing. This just isn't fair. William was my boyfriend first. I should be with him. Please, call the marriage off with him. I deserve all the nice things in life.
Don't you get it, Daisy? You're so dim sometimes. William doesn't want anything to do with you, period. Stay away from him and stay away from me for that matter. You screwed me over and him as well. If you come anywhere near us, we'll involve the authorities. Good luck with your own life. Goodbye forever.
But you can't just cut me off like that. I basically handed you William. I need him back so I can get the things I want. This is not over. Get back here and reply to me. This is so not fair.
After that, our child was born safe and well. Our little family is living happily and peacefully together. Rumor has it that Daisy thinks she'll be more happier than her older sister. Due to William's kindness, he's at a much higher level of man than Liam ever was. It seems like Liam was playing around with his money and letting it speak for him. He was thinning on top of his head, and his number of girlfriends decreased. Lately, he's been spending most of his nights alone. Daisy moved to another city after feeling embarrassed about being cut off by her parents. She spends a lot of her time trying to earn money to stay afloat.
Are you trying to make me look bad by not inviting me? You could have at least invited me to come and see your fiancé before the both of you get married, right? Huh? I heard about what's going on with you through the grapevine page. You're not planning on getting married, right? And just recently you had the family get together to see him with you, right? Yet you decided to be a complete jerk after not inviting your own little sister to see him. I never thought about you as such a cold person, okay? Until today. Why are you coming to me with all of this right now? First of all, what makes you think I'd invite my sister after she cut ties to me? Are you still going on about how you and I don't talk anymore? It was only you that chose to cut ties with me and have since then always ignored me in every way. Are you actually going to be this upset with me taking your ex-boyfriend from you to the point you have to act like a baby the rest of your life about it? Huh? What did you say? I wasn't doing anything wrong by taking him away. I just wanted to have a little fun, and he was the fun I was willing to take from my own sister. I get that you want to be upset about that still, but how about you blame your crappy ex-boyfriend for that one? I was just caught in his crossfire is all. He was already looking for a new woman, and I was right there at the time. So be mad at him, all right? What is wrong with you and this idea that you can just get away with something like that? I am aware that he is stupid for what he's done, and I'm pissed about that, but you don't just get a free pass for something like that. Hearing from you yourself now that you stole him from me all for a little fun just disgusts me now. I think it's only fair that I asked you to stay the hell away from me. What? And it wasn't just that you stole him from me, but you got pregnant from him as well. I was at the point in my relationship with him that I really wanted to marry him. Yet when you should have been coming to me with a massive apology, you started talking about how we should celebrate you having his baby. Do you have any idea how badly you hurt me back then by acting like that? What are you going on about? It's making me laugh. Did I really say something like that? It may have been years ago now, but no matter how many years it's been, I am never forgiving you for that. I don't ever want to see your face again, and after today, I don't plan on ever talking to you again, and I mean it this time. Then, does this mean that you're not going to even invite me to your wedding? Not even inviting your own little sister to your wedding? Are you really sure you want to do that to me? I've already explained what kind of monster you are to my man and his parents. And they are all very happy with my decision to leave you out of my life. So you are never going to be meeting with him. Now, since you should understand that, don't ever talk to me again.
Hey, Paige, the two of us, I think it's time we both started working on being a thing again. Now that I've had a little time to think on it, you and I should be getting married.
Huh? What is going on with me having to talk to both of you in one day now? I just had to talk with Alyssa, and now you?
What? You spoke with Elisa a little bit ago.
Yeah, just a little bit ago. She told me she never heard about my wedding and that she was upset with me not inviting her to see my fiancé. What makes her think she can say things like that when we cut ties long ago?
What? Hold on a second. Paige, do you have plans to get married to another man now? You have a man like me around, yet you plan to marry another man?
Excuse me?
There's no way that's allowed to happen. You are going to get back together with me. You should be happy that you got this text from me saying I want to get back together with you. Paige, you should be getting married to me.
Shut the hell up, Kurt. Who do you think wants to get back together with you right now? And by the way, don't you already have a kid with Alyssa? Don't frickin' ask me to get back together with you when you have a new responsibility now.
Now listen to me, Paige. To be honest with you, her and I don't actually have a kid. All of that was a lie to get you to let me have her at that time.
Huh?
That chick was trying to take advantage of me. She made that lie up to make me responsible for her. And that was her plan of getting you to leave me. And that changed my mind and made me want to marry her. But right after her and I married, she told me the baby was never a thing.
Is that so?
But I never thought she would actually lie to me, and I believed that she really would have my baby. I only really wanted to be with her all this time because of that baby, but when I really did learn that it was a farce, I asked to divorce her. But my parents both told me that if I didn't stay with her and take care of her until the end, that they'd be cutting ties with me. But I don't want to be with her anymore.
So it's not just that she lost the baby. In reality, she was never carrying a baby to begin with?
Yeah, that's right. And once I found all of that out, it was over for her. I learned that she hated always being in second place to you. And that's why she wanted to steal one of your boyfriends from you. So she made that lie up in order to break us apart and get me to go after her.
And so she made up a lie saying that she was carrying your baby? What tenacity.
When I asked her about why she did all of that to you and I, she just started to laugh. You found out, huh? That's all she had to say about it.
That girl is really something.
It was the worst for me. She acted like I was just some game for her to play. If it hadn't been for that lie, you and I would have never had to break up back then. So hey, Paige, let's you and I get back together. The only person I've ever loved had only been you, okay?
You really think I'm going to believe such crap like that? Even if she didn't lie about carrying your baby, you and I would have been finished.
What?
I can totally sympathize with the fact that she lied to you to get you to play along with her. But you have no right trying to make yourself out as the victim in all of this. Whether it was true that she had your baby or not, you still cheated on me with her. I don't care if it happened to be a one-night thing between you two, or if it had been going on for a while. The truth is that you slept with her, and that's enough to get me to leave you.
I can see that, but the woman I truly love is only you, Paige. Please, let's you and I get back together. If you don't, my life is going to be over with. If I can't fix things with you, I won't have anywhere to go, and I won't ever be able to get that company.
Huh? Company?
When I found out that it really was all a lie, I divorced her and got away. And from there I went back to my parents' place, but they told me they had had enough of me. I tried so hard to explain the situation to them, but they wouldn't forgive me for what had happened. And that's when they told me that they would never let me run their company either in the future.
Now that you mention it, you're the son of a CEO, right?
It's not that huge of a company though, okay? But at this point, I won't have anything left for me. The only way to get my life back is to get back into my family. I've been going back to their house night after night, now crying and begging for them to forgive me. And to my surprise, it seems they started to lighten up to me a bit. They came to the door just the other day and told me that I needed to get married.
Married?
They said that if I wanted their forgiveness, I needed to find another woman to get married again. They then stated that depending on who the woman was that I married, they'd rethink things about me. They want for me to have a wife and house again, and said that if I can make that happen, they'll rethink letting me have their company.
I see. And that's your reason for wanting me to get back together with you? You want me only as a tool to help you get back on your parents' good side so that you can get their company?
Now, you don't have to say it like that, okay? If I'm able to become the next owner of that company, I'll be able to treat you to a lot of things. You won't even have to work or anything like that. I just want you to be by my side, and that's all I ask. I want to make things up to you for having cheated on you way back then.
Well, thank you for that offer. But please, go out and find yourself another woman who might respect you a little bit more.
What?
Find a woman that will take good care of you and stay by your side as you treat them with all your parents' company's money. I'm sure there will be a lot of women that would love to marry you if you started to tell them they'd never have to work again.
I've already tried that, but nobody's bitten. It appears that most people in the city around our age already know about how I ended up going for my ex's younger sister in mid-relationship. I've tried so hard to get women to just listen to my side of the story, but they won't have it. So please, you're the only woman left for me. Please, get married to me, Paige.
No, thank you, Kurt. If you're not able to find any woman in this city willing to marry you, then go try searching in another city far away from here. Or what about this? Why don't you just remarry my lying little sister and rekindle what love you had for her before?
I can't.
I'm going to go now. Hey, Alyssa? What the hell is this? Were you able to get the wedding invitation? When I heard that you'd be getting married, I just knew I had to get up and do something myself. I'm inviting you to my wedding, so make sure you RSVP and come. I'm not talking about your wedding, but about the man you plan on marrying. The man's name that's written on here looks a whole lot like someone I know. The exact same, actually. Ah, you already saw that? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm going to be getting married to your fiancé. I was proposed to by him. Huh? He did it just as I was starting to think about stealing him from you. I can't believe he'd contact me asking for my hand in marriage the moment I started to think that I'd go after him. Perfect timing. Hold on a minute, Alyssa. Did you think you'd be able to get another one of my partners again? I did. After all, it's really fun to do. I just love looking at your reaction the moment you hear about me taking one of your most valuable things, and that being the men you like. You always turn red like a lobster and begin to sob and scream. It's all so hilarious. Watching you go ballistic and lose your mind is one of my favorite pastimes, Paige. What kind of messed up hobby is that? I know that you've always had a great time in the past taking my clothes and toys from me just to laugh at me crying. But you taking men from me gives you that same kind of joy? This has seriously all been on purpose then? It sure has. I loved taking things like your dolls from you and coloring all over them with markers to make you scream, and take your clothing from you only to return them all covered in mud and crap. It's so much fun watching you go off like an insane person when you watch me ruin all your most important things. So that's your reason for taking Kurt from me back in the day? And now I have your fiancé. And by the way, he is such an outgoing man. I haven't even met him in person, yet he's already started by asking me to marry him over the phone, and in such a loving and romantic way too, which is hard to say given he did say it over text, but he still made it seem so beautiful. Wait, you haven't even met him in person yet? He told me that you were trying so hard to keep the thought of me out of his head in any way possible. But when he went to Mom and Dad's house with you, he saw a few pictures of me there. And so that's what got him to immediately start falling for me, and he spent day after day working with all his power to find my phone number. Are you kidding me? And so, with all that being said, I am once again going to be stealing another important partner of yours. And not only will I be stealing him from you, but I've already been proposed to him, and I will be getting married before even you two could have your wedding. My groom is going to be your fiancé. I'll make sure to have a seat made up for you at the wedding where you can watch the two of us get married with the best view possible. I got married 2 years ago, though. Huh? So I'm telling you right now that my man cannot marry you. It's not allowed in our state to marry 2 different people, so I don't think you'll be able to get away with it. Actually, he's sitting right next to me right now and is telling me he's never met you or talked to you. He's a bit freaked out right now. He keeps asking why he's going to have to marry you while pacing around the room. Wait a sec. You said you two got married 2 years ago? What are you talking about? There's a rumor going around about you getting married soon, right? And you only just had the family meet with him a few weeks ago, right? I'm not sure who you're hearing all these rumors from, but those are all just rumors. If you'd like to hear the real news, the next one getting married will be my husband's little brother. We did happen to have a family meeting with him a few weeks ago, but I was only with him and his family because I'm his older brother's wife. Are you kidding me? So in other words, you had the wrong idea all along. You took that rumor for fact and jumped to conclusions way too quickly. So, you really did get married 2 years ago? But I happened to get a text from him directly. It had to have been from your fiancé, Robert, right? He told me that he realized just how beautiful I am and that he wants to marry me. He then told me that he'd break things off with you before your wedding and come for me. If you can't believe me, then I'll send you his messages as proof. Are you sure you weren't just confused about all of that as well? What? Just like with the rumor, you might have started to make things up in your head and made yourself think that the man you're talking to is my Robert. I mean, people can say they are whoever they want to be, right? So that guy might have just changed his name to match my husband's in some way to get you to go after him. They would never do that to me, right? I mean, you haven't even met them in person, right? So you seriously can't start thinking that they're my husband until you've at least met them in person, okay? Wait. What are you going on about? I'm really scared now. If he's not really your fiancé, then who the hell is he? You think I'd know who he is? How about you text him and ask? This is the worst. Just as I was starting to think it was some idiot, it turned out to be Kurt. He lied about being your man just so he could get me to say yes about marrying him. So it turns out it was Kurt that lied to you about who he was? I have no idea what's going on here now. What the hell does he want with me? I was already in the works of handing in my marriage forms and everything to Robert, and he's going to tell me that he'd been lying about being Robert? I was feeling so good thinking that I'd once again been able to take another one of your men. But because of that idiot, I've lost all that happiness. Hold on now, what do you mean you've sent in those marriage papers? He asked me to do that for him. He told me that in order to get married to him as soon as possible to send in the marriage papers. That's why I got in my car and went over to the city office as quickly as I could to sign the papers and hand them in. It cost me my money to do all of that as well. I'm pissed now knowing that all of that work to get those papers filled out was a waste. My God. So this is it for you then, huh? Huh? What do you mean this is it for me? I'd say you're better off calling the city office and asking them about what you'd just done. I think you might have just filled out the forms to marry Kurt instead of Robert. Huh? Why? What are you talking about? Stop talking to me and go call the office and ask them. You'll learn a lot more from them. I heard about it all from Alyssa. You lied to her and got her to marry you?
And because of what you recommended to me, I'll finally be able to get my parents' company. Thanks for that one, Paige.
What?
You told me before to just remarry your little sister, right? Well, I took that into consideration and followed through. I thought that if even you were telling me you didn't want to marry me, then my only choice would be getting back with Elisa again. But ever since her and I got divorced, she's been ignoring all my texts and everything. So I went ahead and created a new number and labeled myself as your fiance, and that's how I got her to bite.
So you did all that to get her to sign the marriage forms? I feel like that right there is like what she did to you in the first place that pissed you off. Lying to you about her baby, and now you've lied to her about your identity.
Who cares? I was able to trick her into signing the paperwork, and now my parents are pleased with me. I'll be able to get that company from them and be the next CEO.
But you do understand how Alyssa must feel now.
Huh? She did the same thing to me, so who actually cares?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, while you and her have fun with yet another mess, let me just tell you that I've been married now for 2 years.
What? Is that right?
So with that, can we just agree to focus on ourselves now and not get involved with one another anymore? You and Alyssa can go right ahead and enjoy your second time being married to one another, and I can go back to focusing on my family. Paige, what should I do? I'm married to Kurt again. They've already completed all the processing for the marriage, and I can't have them revoke it now. Well, you did happen to sign it yourself in person there, so I don't think they'd revoke it without a really good reason from you anyway. And what makes all this worse is Kurt is being a real dick right now. He's not apologizing to me whatsoever for lying about him not being Robert. All he keeps telling me now is to shut up and come to his place. I am not going to go to his parents' house and live with all of them again. But now you'll be able to be the wife of a soon-to-be CEO, right? You'll live the life of a rich person, so what's so bad about that? What about their life means I'll live like a rich person? They're telling me they'll only give me a little bit of money each month. And Kurt's told me that once his parents are too old to care for themselves, I will have to step in and care for the both of them. I do not want to live the life as some old people's caretaker. Oh my, I guess Kurt is going to be pretty strict about things this time. He told me back when he wanted me to get back together with him after we married, I wouldn't have to do a thing besides sit back and relax. I think he's still upset with me after I lied to him about being pregnant. So he told me that the only reason he married me is to get the company from his parents and that there's no love in it. I really messed up thinking that he loved me as much as he did back then. Because now he's going to ruin my life by being so cruel to me. Oh my, oh my. Please, Paige, can you come and help me? I really want to divorce him now and get away from this hellhole. You think I'm going to listen to your cries for help? You and I have been far from one another for a long time now, and I still haven't said that I'm done having cut ties with you. I'll apologize for everything I did to you before. I'm so sorry for being a jerk to you all your life. Just think about it as me being really jealous of you this whole time, okay? I mean, you had lots of friends, you studied for all your classes, and you could play all kinds of sports. I think I was just wanting to be so much more like you that I started to bully you in some ways. But I will never do anything like those things to you again, so forgive me, please. No frickin' way. What? After hearing what you just said to me, I'm actually starting to hate you even more. I have taken such good care of all my friends, and I made sure to actually put time into both sports and school so that I'd be a really successful woman. But in your case, you never bothered to fix that selfish attitude of yours and always told Mom and Dad that studying and sports were stupid and that you didn't want to try. So you're going to tell me now that you were jealous of all that stuff even though you said it was all stupid before? I'm not going to forgive a single thing that you've done to me. I'm sorry about that. But this time I've really learned that what I did was not all right. Have fun living in the hell you've asked for. Since I'm upholding my end of me cutting ties to you, I'm not going to be celebrating this wedding. So have a great life. Kurt went ahead and took Alyssa with him back to his parents' house. But when he brought her home with him, his parents said that they didn't want him to be getting remarried to the woman he'd just divorced and were furious with him. His dad even went ahead and told him that all of the company's customers knew about how Kurt and Alyssa's relationship went last time and that it's put a strain on the company's image. And then proceeded to tell Kurt that he would not allow such a waste to be the next CEO of his company. So right then and there, Kurt's parents kicked him and Alyssa out of their house for good. Kurt began to freak out, saying that they didn't follow the promise they made to him while standing in their front yard. He even went to the company and started to make a big deal about his dad's choice. And all the employees that walked into work that day told him they'd never work for a man that thought it was okay to cheat on his girlfriend with her little sister and then marry said sister. They even began to ask if he'd be able to pay them all when the time came that the company began to fail if he became their CEO. So many of the employees began digging into Kurt that he ran away from the place bawling his eyes out. Unfortunately for Alyssa, she can't find a way to run away from Kurt. And so as of right now, they're both having to work part-time jobs in the city and live in a small and old apartment where they barely make enough to afford it. But with this marriage, they won't even speak a word to one another, and I'd have to say it seems like the most quiet marriage in the world at the moment.
Hey, Clara. If you found yourself another boyfriend, you have to tell me that right away. We've been good friends ever since the two of us were little babies, right?
And that's the whole reason why I won't tell you. Do you even know how many of my partners you've come and stolen from me now over the past 12 to 15 years? Ever since middle school, the moment you found out I made a boyfriend, you'd stab me in the back and steal him away from me.
Well, you can relax now because I no longer plan to steal any more of your guys from you. Because soon I'm going to be getting married.
Huh? You're getting married, Bailey?
And not just that. The man I'll be marrying is the oldest son of a CEO. I'll be marrying the son of a very famous company, Green Homes' CEO.
Wow. So in other words, you'll be marrying into a really high-class family. And the kind of family where you'll pretty much be set for life, right?
I believe so, Clara. His dad is also really happy that I'm coming, and I'm happy that I've won the lottery with that family. My life is perfect right now.
Well, that's really amazing for you, Bailey, and congrats on the marriage. I may not have many fond memories of you, thanks to you, but this is still something to celebrate about.
Thank you. So now that you know how things are going with me, can you tell me a little bit about your guy? What kind of company is he working for, and what does he have to offer you? Oh, wait, someone like you probably can't find a man that has anything to offer. Unlike me, you're just a little bit too ugly and can barely understand the meaning of the word cute, right?
Huh?
The last man I was with was just the same as you in every way. Actually, every man you've ever been with has had nothing good about them. And it's clear why they were all dating you in the first place.
Weird that you say that when you went out of your way to steal all of them from me. So don't forget that means all your ex-boyfriends were also just as bad as mine.
Huh? I never meant anything serious with any of those men back in the day. I never took a single one of them from you because I actually had no feelings towards them. I just decided to steal them because I found you a complete mess back then.
What? Are you serious?
Of course I am. There's no way a natural beauty like me would find any form of connection with any of those gross men from back then. If the person I'm with isn't on my level or better, then I'll never be able to find a way to love them.
So then what was your reason for backstabbing me so many times back then? You must just like the toxic idea of being a total prick, and that's why you did it?
I already told you, right? I did it because you were, and still are, gross. Unlike your gorgeous good friend, you are an ugly mutt. And back then, an ugly mutt like you getting a boyfriend before a beauty like me was unacceptable.
You're kidding, right?
That's the reason for stealing all those guys from me back then? I have always been looking for a man to fill my requirements that I could love. A man with a lot of money, who's both tall and handsome, and kind enough to spoil me to anything and everything I desire is the kind of man I'd been looking for. But a man of that level never seemed to appear in front of me for some time. Yet while I was struggling to find my man, you kept finding all kinds of guys to go out with. Seeing some gross loser being happy with all those men was disgusting, and that's why I stole them from you.
What you're saying right now is just insane, Bailey. First of all, how would you ever find such a high-level man like that when everyone around us were all students still?
That was pretty childish of me to think back then, wasn't it? But after all these years, I found my man. He and I have decided on marriage now, so whoever you date now has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to do something selfish like steal them from you anymore, so you can relax.
All right, I'll try my best to relax around you then. I can finally say that those days of losing my boyfriends to you are completely gone.
Well, to be fair, I never actually want any more of your gross boyfriends around me. So now, have a great one with that nasty man of yours. I'm going to be preparing for a life of wonder and excitement with my handsome and wealthy man.
Clara, know that I'm never going to turn my back on you for any other woman, okay? Today I met with your best friend from back in the day, but she is in no way my type of woman, okay?
What?
You had told me about her a little before, right? You had a friend that was really good looking, and that anytime you got a boyfriend, she'd come and steal them from you. But you really don't have to worry about me. No matter how any woman tries to get me to be with them, I'm not going to stagger and will always be by your side. I cannot be fooled by any of them, so please don't worry about me.
Thank you, Lance. I'm sorry if I've been worrying a lot about things lately.
No, I'm your boyfriend after all, so it's my job to make sure you feel comfortable and can trust me. Once I finish up some of my work here, I'll be going right back home. I won't even give anyone the chance to go out drinking with me and trying to steal me from you. And to make sure of that, let's make sure to call and text every day. Doing that should give you a bit of relief, right?
I'm so thankful that you're thinking so much about me. But you don't have to do all that now. Bailey told me that this time she's getting married to the man of her dreams. And so she told me she won't be coming to steal you from me anymore.
Huh. Is that so?
Well, she told me that from the start, the only reason she'd go through all the trouble of stealing my boyfriends was because she could never find a man that she wanted. But now that she does have the man of her dreams and plans to marry him, I should be safe from her.
Are you telling me that that was her reason for hurting you so much back then? Something like that is totally screwed up and pisses me off. But I'm glad it all should be over. I guess we really don't have to worry anymore now, right?
At the moment, after talking to her a little bit ago, it seems the only thing on her mind is getting money from the guy. So I don't even think I'll ever have to talk with her again from now on.
Well, people changing a lot after marriage is pretty common. So she might just end up forgetting about you after. But that sounds like the perfect thing to me. Having one of the main problems in your life vanish will make me so happy.
That's right. She's always been the best looking in the class ever since we were little, and so it's natural for her to find a man that fits her character. And apparently he's the son of a CEO, and he works for that huge company, Green Homes, with Bailey's dad also working there.
Huh? Her dream man is at Green Homes? Is that what your friend told you today?
That's right. She seemed very confident in herself when she bragged to me about it. And apparently her dad has also been a pretty big man in the company, and I think still works there to this day. I remember her always talking about him when we were younger, so I believe they're all at Green Homes.
But that's a bit strange. I've not heard anything about that sort of stuff.
Huh?
I'm sorry to ask this, but can you explain what's going on in a bit more detail, please? That marriage that your friend will be having, I think I might have more to do with it than I first thought.
I'm not sure I get what you're saying, but okay. We can talk more about this in detail the next time we meet, okay? Clara! I'm sure that the invitation to my gorgeous wedding has arrived at your place, right? Yeah, the invitation that's all sparkly and covered in golds and silvers. I have never seen an invitation this gaudy before. Well, this is the wedding to the man of my dreams, so I had to make sure everything, and I mean everything, looks like lots of money. Just know that that's the least flashy thing about this wedding, okay? The wedding itself is going to be out of this world with expensive foods and drinks and all sorts of golden decorations. I guess the wedding of someone as elite as your fiancé has to be on a completely different level compared to everyone else's. I can even see that the place of the wedding is going to be at that very fancy and well-regarded church. I'm sure that everyone in the area will be made aware of a wedding like your guys's. So you should be thankful that I thought of inviting you to a wedding like this. You're my good friend, after all, so that's my reason for inviting you. If it wasn't for you being a good old friend of mine, I'd never invite some ugly mutt to my wedding. Ah, is that so? Well, I guess I am thankful that you thought of me. I think I'll be required to go to your wedding now. Well, if that's the case, make sure to RSVP as soon as possible. And the other thing is that the cost to get in is no less than $1,000. You're my good friend after all, so I'm sure you don't want to embarrass me, right? Huh? You want me to pay at least $1,000 to get in? Can't I just give you a well-thought-out present or something else? No, it's the money or no entry. And that shouldn't be a problem. I went out of my way to invite you to such a gorgeous wedding after all. And to be able to afford such a wedding, we ask that all our guests pay up at least a little to be here. Seriously? But because of that price, I'll make sure to give you all a wedding to remember. I'll make sure that the wedding hall is filled with all the finest flowers and decorations. And the food will be prepared by a 3-star Michelin chef.
And my fiancé said he'll have a lot of his friends coming to the wedding as well. So that has to mean a lot of other well-off young men and celebrities will be there. So paying $1,000 for something as amazing as the wedding should be an easy payment to make, right? And that really is amazing. I never thought there could be a wedding as spectacular as you're making yours sound. Well, this is for the son of a large company CEO, so of course the wedding has to be outstanding and expensive. So make sure to help support us with that $1,000 entry fee. At least this one time you won't be some gross woman, but rather my good friend from way back. So I expect at least $1,000 from you on the day of the wedding. I'm looking forward to the day of your wedding. And you cannot cancel before the wedding after already RSVPing, okay? So don't make any excuses like not having the money before my wedding, okay? If you in any way cause me some kind of embarrassment, I will never be able to forgive you. I'm not going to cancel on you, so don't worry about it. This kind of wedding is going to be crazy with the amount of laughter coming from it, so I can't miss it. So don't feel as though I'd want to miss a single second of it. Huh? What do you mean this wedding is going to be crazy with laughter? I'm not trying to make some joke out of this wedding, Clara. No, don't worry about that. Now, I look forward to seeing you on the day of your wedding. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this huge wedding with the man of your dreams will turn out for you. Oh, wait, what the hell is going on here? What do you mean that my fiancé isn't the man of my dreams and isn't the next CEO of that company? Why is he just the son of some small contracting firm? Why do I have to marry some loser like him now? Now, calm down just a little, Bailey. You chose to get married to him in the first place, right? I heard that he was the son of a very large and well-off company, and that's why I wanted to get married to him. My dad told me that I'd be getting to marry the son of the CEO. And when I was going out to meet him for the first time, he was my type of guy and everything. And that's why I chose to marry him, but now I'm being told he's just the son of some contracting company CEO? This is the first time I'm ever hearing about this. Can you please calm down just a bit more? Your dad wasn't messing with you or anything when he showed your fiancé to you. The man you are with just happened to have a lot of failures within the same company that your dad's at and was moved back to his father's smaller contracting company. That's all, Bailey. You, for some reason, just chose to think that he was the son of the CEO of Green Homes and not for one of the contracting groups there. I didn't even know something like that had happened within the company that my dad's in. My dad never told me anything about that sort of thing besides introducing me to the guy. Well, maybe that's because your dad is just like you, and his pride is just far too huge to handle. He just wanted to make himself look good to everyone else by bragging that you'd be marrying the son of the CEO at Green Homes. So I can see why he'd never tell you the truth about your man. And I mean, you're his cute baby girl, so he didn't want to hurt your feelings. I assumed that by being able to marry the man of my dreams, he'd be able to promote my dad and everything there. I just wanted everyone in my life to turn out happy from this marriage. Well, I think your dad is still happy with things, right? I just heard him talking with your husband's father just a second ago behind me. He said that after the wedding, he'd be allowing your dad to get a little bonus from his contracting group. And then they both thanked one another like it was some kind of a business deal. That means my dad was hiding all of this from me for himself. He forced me to marry this guy all so he could get a bonus? You really had no idea what you were getting into then. I understand that you want to blame your dad for all this, but isn't it also your fault for getting way too excited about something you didn't fully understand yet? I didn't do anything wrong, though. And I do not want to be married to some low-level son of some low-level contracting company. I have always been the best-looking woman around compared to everyone else. So the only man I should be getting married to are those on my level with lots of money and good looks. I cannot be married to some loser who's below me and doesn't have the money that I need.
I'm sorry, but you'll never be chosen by anyone who's the son of a large company CEO. After all, you're not my type at all.
Huh? Who is this? Who the hell is talking to me right now?
A little while back, you and I had met for a little bit, but I don't think you remember me. This is the man that is currently dating Clara.
Aha! You're that poor soul that's going out with that mutt Clara. I'm sorry, but I don't have the time to chat with someone like you. So can you shut up for me and hand the phone back to that hag?
I'm not just some random person to what's going on right now, and so I think I'll stay. Actually, I'm the son of the CEO of Green Homes.
Huh? You're the son? The son of the CEO of Green Homes? The poor loser that I saw a while back that's dating Clara is...
Yeah, I may be pretty plain, but I am his son. Yet somehow, over the past few weeks, it seemed as though there was some confusion and you thought you'd be getting married to me. Yet somehow, over the past few weeks, it seemed as though there was some confusion and you thought you'd be getting married to me. When I had first heard about that from Claire, I was shocked.
Huh? Wait, just 1 minute. There's no freaking way you're the son of Green Homes CEO. There's just no way that Clara could ever get a man like that to date her. And just a while back, she told me that the boyfriend was just some simple office worker.
That's right, and I'm just some simple office worker. I'm working in my dad's company right now, but I don't use the excuse of being his son to get any special treatments. So at the moment, I'm just some simple employee working for a super big company. And actually, to be honest, I've been keeping all of that a secret from Clara as well.
Excuse me?
But after hearing that you thought you'd be marrying me, I had to come clean with her and tell her that I'm the son of Green Home CEO. But at least this was all in good timing, so thank you. No, the two of us are going to get out of here. Clara just told me that she got to see the best part of the wedding already, and it's time to go home. And I only came to pick her up and leave.
Huh? Wait a second, please. The two of you are leaving now?
Please continue to enjoy this rather expensive-looking wedding. Whether he's the son of a large company or a similar contracting company, he's still the son of a CEO. So congratulations on marrying him.
You give your boyfriend to me right now. I'm going to be the one getting married to him now.
You only just got married yesterday, so what are you going on about? You already have yourself your dream husband now, right?
That whole wedding, I canceled it. I'd never get married to a man that's beneath me. My dad was crying for me to stop doing all of that, but I canceled the wedding anyway and ran from there.
Really? You ended up canceling that whole wedding after I'd left?
So that's why I'm telling you to give me your boyfriend right now. If you're planning to tell me no, then I'll have to come there and steal him from you again. You can either be quiet and hand him over, or I'll come and take him from your crying hands. Now, choose which one you'd like to do.
I'm not choosing either, actually. I'm not ever giving him to you, and he doesn't even want to be with you in the first place. And after we got back from your wedding yesterday, he ended up proposing to me.
Just because he proposed to you doesn't mean that he won't still come to me. You may have forgotten this already, but I've stolen all of your other boyfriends in the past, so he'll be no different. So no matter how much you love your man and he loves you, I'll make him mine. I've had experience winning tons of men over to me, so I'll be able to get him without even breaking a sweat.
I wonder about that. You only ended up taking 2 of my boyfriends away from me in the past. The other men that you took from me back then were just guys that I was in an open relationship with.
Huh? What do you mean by open relationship?
You always seemed so proud of yourself for stealing them from me, so I didn't want to say anything to you. But there was this huge rumor back in school about how any guy that started to date me would no doubt end up dating you soon after. Sort of like a thing where those guys had to date me first if they wanted a chance of being with you kind of thing. Anyway, all of those guys were in an open relationship with me, meaning I was totally fine with them going out with another woman, and usually when they did that, I'd let them go. And I was totally fine with it because they all really only wanted to be with me up until you came to take them off my hands.
Excuse me?
In middle school, that first guy I dated, I really was into and liked a lot. But after you took him from me, followed by also taking the next man I dated from me, I was left wondering if it was even worth it for me to date anyone else. But then that rumor started, and so I began to get all sorts of guys asking me out and wanting to date me in hopes of one day being taken by you. Really, you could say that I was the one that helped you get all those boyfriends.
So, what you're saying is that most of those guys back then didn't even date you over anything serious? They were pretty much just with you to get me to notice them?
I mean, I had fun hanging out with them and going on dates, but it never had anything to do with romance. Actually, I charged a few of them to date me, around $100 per guy.
You got $100 for every guy that was with you?
I said it as a joke at first, but then guys would actually hand the money to me while asking me out. So because of you being such a petty loser, I was able to make over $1,000.
So that money I gave you to get into your wedding was pretty much that money I made off those guys back then. Like I said, I made over $1,000, so it was more than enough to pay my way into your wedding. Wait a second. So you're saying all those guys I stole from you wasn't due to me being sexy or anything like that? I did all of that with the intention of making you feel bad. Yet you didn't feel bad at all. Instead, you were making money off what I'd done. That's right. I didn't really take any damage from you. If anything, you were like my part-time job. What? All those guys only wanted to go out with me with the intention of you coming to steal them. So of course they went into your arms so easily back then. But now, the man I'm with is not like all those schoolboys. He loves me from the bottom of his heart. And I will never think about letting you have him. I'm sorry, but I don't think you'll be able to take him from me like all those other guys back then. Shut the hell up! So you lied to me all this time then? I can't believe that I was deceived by some ugly mutt all these years. I'm not going to be forgiving you for any of that. I can understand why you're mad at me right now, but you don't have the right to be blaming me for any of that. It actually hurt a lot the first time you stole my boyfriend from me. And when you stole my second boyfriend from me, that hurt even worse than the first. And now I'll never be able to forget the pain and sadness I had from when those two events happened to me. Shut up already. Of course I had to steal those guys from you because there was no way I'd let some gross chick like you have boyfriends before me. Yet you used that to play me like a fiddle in the end. You are the worst friend ever. Well, to you, maybe I'm a pretty bad friend. But since we both hate each other a whole lot now, we should give up on using that term, friend. So I'd like to recommend that we end things between us here. Huh? From now on, don't you ever send me any messages or anything ever again, okay? So now let's you and I go our separate ways and enjoy our lives. Bailey, have a good one. After that, according to things I'd overheard, it seems that Bailey was left having to pay for the whole wedding that she'd canceled. But she continued to say that she shouldn't have to pay for it, rather her dad should. And after trying to use that excuse so many times, she was kicked out of the house by her dad. Of course, this all caused the talks of her dad getting that bonus to go down the drain, and so he was furious with his daughter for what she'd done. This led to him pretty much disowning her, and she was on her own. But that wasn't enough to knock her down completely, and she told her dad that she'd go find her dream man on her own, saying that she was beautiful and it would be easy to get any man to marry her. And with that confidence in her, she went to all kinds of speed dating parties and stuff, but she never came out with anyone. I guess from all those fake men that she had supposedly stolen from me throughout high school, she had had no real dating experience with anyone. And because of that, she doesn't actually know how to pick up men of our age now that we're all adults. I think it's due to all that any guy she does get to talk to her immediately turns around and tells her that although she is pretty, she does not have the attitude of an adult woman. So now, Bailey's been left with very few men that are willing to be around her.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.